Find your niche.
Well, hello again, everyone. Christopher Dillard here. As you can see, we're doing something a little different. I'm holding a microphone. We're going to try that out and see how that works. Christopher Dillard here with the Niche Finder. So glad that you are still hanging with us on this podcast. We're so grateful for each and every one of you. Let me just say that what you have meant to us and how you have supported us is absolutely amazing. I am so delighted, so humbled by all of our viewers since this podcast has started. I'm so grateful. I'm just beyond myself. And ladies and gentlemen, we are headed into episode number 11. And I am so delighted to present this lady to you who we are interviewing. She is the consummate professional. She's a journalist, a former journalist, shall I say, in our area for many years here in the upstate of South Carolina. She is a lover of books. She's known for her brooch that she used to wear right here on this side of her, on the left side of her, whatever outfit she was wearing. She always had a brooch right there on her. And she's also known for her great hair as a professional on the news each and every day. And she's now a communications manager for a very large company here in the upstate. Radio, television was her forte, and she was absolutely great at it. Who am I talking about? I am speaking of Lizz Walker, and we're going to interview her for our 11th episode of the Niche Finder. You're going to absolutely love it, love her, and just stick around and as I present Lizz Walker right here on the Niche Finder with Christopher Dillard. Watch this. And we are here, Christopher Dillard with the Niche Finder. I am so delighted for this person that you see sitting with me in front of this camera on today. This is just a thrill for me, for this lady. I'm so nervous. I'm trying to calm myself down to get myself together. She currently is the communications manager of a very large local business here, headquartered here in Greenville. Before that, she served in various roles of public relations and many roles. She spent over 20 years as a radio and television news reporter and anchor that began in her hometown of Meriden, I do believe that's right, Connecticut. And it took her to Springfield, Massachusetts, into Greenville, and to Knoxville, Tennessee, and back now here in Greenville. I didn't even know she was in the area until not too long ago. But she loves traveling, socializing with her friends. She loves reading. She loves books. And she loves watching reality TV. She is the mother of one daughter, and I am just delighted to have her on the Niche Finder today. Just stick around, trust me, she's going to inspire you so much. And she is Lizz Walker.
Thank
Lizz,
you so much.
Thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure.
Now, Lizz, let me tell you something. Now, I remember you on the news years ago, and you always brought this energy, this professionalism. Of course, I didn't know you. I still don't know you. But you brought such professionalism. You brought energy. You brought delight. And I remember your thing on your shoulder, your brooch, which you still have today. And just a great energy. And then, you know what? Great hair.
Still have the hair.
She still has, this lady has great hair. And that's what I remember about you on the news. But because of my love for journalism and television, I always take note of people who do it well. And you were one that done it well on television
Thank
news.
You.
And I wish you were still on, but I know you're doing other things now, which we're going to talk about. So this is how I want to start, Lizz. Where did this great energy and this personality and this knowing who you are, where did that come from?
Well, I think the personality and energy, I probably was born with it, to be honest with you, okay? But it took me some time to believe in myself and know that I could achieve whatever I set out to achieve. I am the youngest of my family.
Mhm.
I have, I had a brother. He passed away when he was
Oh, wow.
21.
My-
And then I have two sisters,
Okay.
and they live in Connecticut still. And both of them, unfortunately, have dementia.
Oh my goodness.
And so I feel that over time, I don't know, I just pushed myself.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a public housing project,
Mm.
and I mentioned that, and I'm very proud of that because I was able to grow up and go on to college and have a really nice broadcast career.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think just over the years and surrounding myself with
Sure.
people gave me confidence. I do believe God
Yeah.
helped me be confident in myself. And as the years went on, I spent 20 plus years in television news, and
Yeah.
I had only an associate's degree.
Mm.
And then I transitioned out into public relations, and then the economy went back
Oh yeah.
in 09,
Yeah.
08, 09.
Sure.
And so I was laid off multiple times.
Oh wow.
And I had to reinvent myself.
Yeah.
And a part of my reinvention, I went back to school and I got a bachelor's degree in business.
Mm.
And then I just started to, again, reinvent myself and rebuild and make connections.
Sure.
And thanks be to God, I have managed to make the right connections and have the skill set because, while my degree is in broadcasting and then I have a business degree,
Mm-hmm.
I went back, I taught myself InDesign,
Oh, wow.
Photoshop, Illustrator. I taught myself how to
Amazing.
shoot video and edit it. See, because when I was in television news, I never had to shoot my own video and I never had to edit it. Now, I know that's changed now with, MMJs.
Sure.
I get that.
Sure.
But I picked up these different skill sets.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that when I presented myself, you said I worked for a large company. I worked for the Spinks Corporation,
Sure.
the Spinks Company in Greenville.
Yep.
When I went for the position, I had everything they were looking for.
Wow.
And so, but over the years, I had to reinvent myself and build my confidence.
Sure.
Because, I did go through a period of time during the layoffs where, even though, I spent 20 plus years on television news at that point, once I transitioned out, that's when the layoffs occurred. And, I questioned myself, my confidence was rattled. So,
we do that.
I had to rebuild. I got therapy. And I still get therapy. I'm a big proponent of therapy.
Me too. Some days you just feel crazy. You feel like you need to go talk to somebody.
I don't want to say crazy, but I want to say that I need to have an outside opinion.
Sure. It keeps
from
us
someone
all.
who doesn't know me. Yes.
It keeps us sane.
Yes.
I love therapy, and I think everyone should go to therapy.
Totally agree
Absolutely.
with you on
Liz,
that.
what do you think you would be doing if it were not what you're doing now with management? If you not had even chosen media, journalism, television, news, what do you think? Anything you think you would be doing if it had not been for this?
It's funny because my dad wanted me to be a lawyer.
Okay.
And I can't tell you that I would have been a lawyer, but when I covered the news, I got to cover the crime beat. And I am really fascinated about, police work, investigations and things like that.
Yeah.
And so perhaps I would have gone down that road because when I was in television news, I got to go into autopsies.
Oh wow!
I got to go into 2 autopsies. Because I did a story.
Sure.
I also witnessed 2 executions. Wow. So I think I would have gone down that path. Something
lawyer.
I don't know what a lawyer, but maybe something to do with police work, investigation.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. It's funny because my sister worked for more than 40 years as a medical technologist.
Wow.
So and I spent a small time in healthcare because before my current position, I was the public relations coordinator for a healthcare organization. So,
wow, you have done it all. You have done it all.
I've done a lot. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful that I've had that opportunity.
So tell us about the position that you have now with what you're doing now as this communications manager. And what does that entail? And what do you do? Are you the boss of people? Or are you just the boss of yourself? I already know this, but I want the people to hear.
No, I manage Lizz.
You manage Lizz.
I work for the Spinks Corporation, and as the communications manager, I'm mainly internal.
Okay.
So I'm responsible for the newsletters. I'm responsible for weekly communication. As a matter of fact, before I came here, I was working on my weekly communications to get that out. Mainly anything to do with communications internally. That's what I handle.
That's what you had.
Okay. And like I said, I don't manage anyone.
Yeah.
And I've really enjoyed my time at Spinks. My manager is very, very kind. I really do like her. And it's very rare for me to say anything like that. So you know she's doing well.
She's doing well. And you've been doing that how long now?
I've been there 2 years.
2 years.
A little over 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything next that you want to do? And I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself.
Retire?
Retire. Just one, was it anything else that you aspire to do, or any other avenues, or any other thing that you may be interested in that you think you might get into as you progress in life from here?
Well, I like to share my story with people because I want to inspire them. Yeah. Because so many people have wound up in a position where they've been laid off and they don't know what to do. Right. And I managed to, believe it or not, I was laid off like 4 times, and that economy was crazy. Yeah. Because I got laid off. I worked at Charter. That's when I first left television news. I worked at Charter. And then, the economy went south. They filed for bankruptcy across the country. Yeah. And so, I had to constantly reinvent myself. But I just want people, I want to use my story to motivate others.
Oh, that's good.
I really
that's good.
do.
And literally, that's you using your life to motivate others. Because I said you bring this energy. It's just something about the energy you bring. Now, tell me about books, because you're a lover of books, and you kind of remind me of Oprah. When anybody knows that Oprah Winfrey knows she loves books. So, how has books and your love of reading shaped your person, your personality, your life? How has books shaped you?
Okay, so don't judge me, but I love romantic books. Okay, all right. I do like those books, but I also like inspirational books, because I read the book by the woman who she was part of the BET whole family. Her name escapes my mind at the moment, but I read her book. Okay, Sheila Johnson. That's her name. Yeah, I read her book, and I found her book so inspiring. I read. I must say I listen to books more than I read books, so I listen on Audible. And I just find other people's stories to be motivational. Sure. And in some cases, my journey kind of resembles their journey. And but the bottom line is, I like the motivational, like the educational. I like the sedaciousness of these other romantic books. Amazing. But it's just, and I'm glad that Audible is now available with books on tape, because at one point I probably had 4 or 5 bookcases filled with books. Know what you're talking about. Yeah. So now I'm down. I promised myself when I downsized, when my daughter went off to college, that I was only going to have 2 bookcases. Okay. And I've stuck to that. They're jam packed. Yeah. But I just I remember going back to when I was a little girl in elementary school, and they had the weekly reader. I know I'm dating myself. I think I remember hearing about that. We had weekly reader, and I remember my dad. He would always give me the money, to buy myself a book, and that was something I did with my daughter. And I have to say, I was married, no more, but we are not enemies. But what I did with my daughter, whenever we went out, if she wanted a book, I would get her a book. Yeah. I just find they just took me to another place. They showed me what I could do, what I could become. And that I used to read the Nancy Drew books all the time. I know. And maybe that's why I really enjoyed covering the police beat. Okay. And why I had to go in and sell my news director the idea on going in and doing a piece on autopsies. Yeah. And, the fact that I wanted to go and witness executions, because you hear people regarding the autopsies. Yeah. At the end of a story, when somebody's found dead, they're going to perform an autopsy to determine the cause of death. So that really, it's like, what goes on? That so really I wanted to see. Yeah. And I was able to do that. And then with executions, it just fascinated me, you know, to just see what happened.
Your parents did not allow you to have a TV even, or y'all didn't have a TV, I don't know, until 7th grade.
I was in the
you
7th
said.
grade. I grew up no TV.
Wow.
And, you know, like I remember in elementary school, the kids would be talking about what they had seen on TV. And honest to God, I would tell you, I acted like I had seen it too, because I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
But I think that too, by not having a TV all those years, kind of directed me into reading more.
Sure.
But I will tell you, my daughter has always had a television, but she is an avid reader.
Is she really?
Reads more than I do, and
Wow.
she's really into the podcasts.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
My sons love books, and I'm not going to make this about me, but I try my best to get them so much interested. I used to take them to the library all the time when they were 3 and 4, and just wanted them to get this love for books.
Yeah.
Right now, it's all about sports.
Of
Everything
course.
is sports and sports.
Yeah.
But it's just something about when you become a reader, when you read, and it just opens up your world.
Yeah.
And it just does something for your life.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you know what else? Like when my daughter was little, I went to the library. I did take her and I got her a little library card when she was really little. But as she got older, I went and got videotapes about Spain and about France.
Oh gosh.
And oh my goodness, the French bug bit her.
Yeah.
And she did a study abroad. And then when she graduated from Winthrop, she went and got her master's in Paris at the American University of Paris. So, you know, and she still loves, I think that helped her really develop her love of travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so great. Absolutely great. So Liz, we started this podcast. I started this podcast a few months ago, and I'm interviewing people who I feel have found their thing. And I mean, they show it, they walk in it, they glow in it. People who have found that thing that they are called to do. And I was looking at your information that you sent back, and you explained who you're called to be, and the people. I think you probably have already said it in this interview. So how is it that you think people can find, maybe not the passion that you have, but they can find their thing in life? What is it they need to do? They feel like they're at wit's end right now. They feel like they have no hope, and they look at you and say, "Oh, she's got it all together. She's got a great career. She's got this great personality." How is it that people can find their thing?
I think you have to zero in on what you like to do.
Yeah.
I go back to when I was in high school, even middle school, elementary school. What did I like to do? I like to read. I liked words.
Yeah.
I liked writing. And some of the, if I have any regrets, one of the regrets I have is that I wasn't on the yearbook committee when I was in high school. Believe it or not, I was too interested in boys at the time and didn't want to give that the time. But I think you have to look at what interests you.
Yeah.
And, you know, and nowadays, not to sound old fashioned or anything, you have the internet. You have so much at your fingertips that, you know, you can pursue, you can investigate. So that's why I say, go for it. Try it. You know, what I really like to do, I like to help people tell their stories, because I have Lizz Walker Communications, and people reached out to me, and I have helped them. I've gotten them on television. I've gotten them interviewed by the newspaper. And even, you know, some local magazines. So I think that if it makes you happy, you're not harming anybody.
That's right.
You know, try it. You might like it.
Go for it.
Go for it. Yeah.
Because if it's something about, if we have a nudge on the inside of something, and we feel like, oh, I feel like I can do that. I think you do need to go for it.
Yeah, and you will have naysayers, because think it back to when I remember I was when I was in college the first time in Connecticut. I went to Briarwood College, which unfortunately doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh, wow.
But I remember I was working on the front desk of a hotel, and I was doing my homework because I had some downtime. And I remember the general manager happened to see me, and she asked me what I was going to college for. And I told her what I wanted to become. I wanted to become a newscaster. And she just basically shot me down.
Oh, wow.
But that motivated me.
That motivated you.
You know, when people question me,
come on now.
When they think I can't do something, they think I can't get over them.
See?
Oh, I am so determined.
Yeah.
And I really think that, yes, I was born with maybe the nugget, but I think just over time and life,
Mm-hmm.
it grew to be a force,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
to make me, you know, do it. You know,
Sure.
I challenge myself, like with my daughter. You don't ever tell me you can't.
That's right.
Can't is not in your vocabulary, you know?
Absolutely.
And because, for example, not to keep bringing her up, but I remember she told me she wanted to go to Paris. She wanted to go back to Paris after her semester in Dijon, France.
Yeah.
And I said, what's meant to be will be.
Oh, yeah.
You do all you need to do, but what's meant to be will be. And she wound up getting a Rotary Club scholarship that helped her, you know, with the expenses.
It sounds like you even have this motivation force that you got, that you definitely have shaped and molded your daughter to be a great success. I mean, it just sounds like she's already doing great things.
For my daughter, I say she made me kinder and gentler. I always thought I was kind and gentle,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, as a parent, as you know,
Sure.
it kind of changes your dynamic.
Yeah.
And so, but I also, I'm a support system for her. I mean, her dad is as well.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
but I'm really that. You know, you put your mind to it, you can do it, but you have to prepare.
Yeah.
And and that's another thing. If you want to achieve whatever you think you want to achieve, you've got to prepare.
You got to do your homework.
You know, you do. You have to do your prep.
Yeah.
You know, and because when opportunity knocks, you've got to be able to open the door and
be ready.
Be ready to
oh wow.
Go
So
for it.
So good. I mean, even with this, Liz, and I kind of was looking at this as a small thing, even with this podcast. I felt like this was a calling, so to speak. It's like God wanted me to do this. I always thought I'd be doing something in ministry, but He took me this route. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I don't want to be in front of a camera. I'm not a camera guy. But He said, you just do it and trust me. And here we are. Yeah. And we get people like you.
Yeah.
Well, so this is just great. Such an honor to have you. So in one sentence, Liz, what do you think? Who would you say Liz is in one sentence? Or could you put it in a sentence?
Liz is confident, happy, motivator, who likes to chat with people, hear their story, encourage them, and just bring light to people, the world, the community.
So good.
You know, as best that I can.
Yeah.
Now, people might say, well, you're not out in the community doing this, that, and the other. Well, I'm behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when my friends, like Rhonda Rawlings, you know, when she needs me to do something, you know, for one of her causes, I'm right there for her.
Awesome.
Because that's more me. You know, I'm not one to get out front on a whole lot of causes. I will help you promote your cause. I feel that is part of my calling. But that's who Liz is, in my opinion. You know, it's taken me with some therapy a chance to say I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, I did lose my partner a couple of years ago, Harold Mims, and you know that still weighs on me. But I mean, I know he would want me to move on, and but thanks to him, I'm able to say that I am happy.
That is so great. So Liz, so this is the question: do you feel like you have really found your niche in life, and if so, why? Maybe you have already said it, but
I do because it makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah.
And when I'm able to disseminate a message through whatever means, and whatever platforms there are, that makes me happy. It really does. I often say to myself and to God, I thank God every day for all that He's allowed me to receive and achieve.
Sure.
You know, this little girl from Meriden, Connecticut,
in
who grew up in a housing project, whose parents were not educated academically, but they were smart people.
Come on.
You know, my mom lived to be 102.
Oh my goodness.
She passed away in March of 2019.
Oh my.
And she very much had her faculties right to the end. And what kind of did her in were the bed sores. But you know, and she was ready to go. She really was.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So awesome. I want to end on something light and something
Mm-hmm.
funny, which I think we already kind of did. We've been a little jovial and a little serious at the same time. How in the world does this great professional, this consummate professional, how is it that you're watching reality TV? I cannot stand reality TV.
Okay,
So I'm trying to figure out how this fits in.
You know what's funny? It goes back to my days of watching Jerry Springer.
Oh, gotcha.
I would, and okay, don't judge me,
See.
but I would have my daughter,
Okay.
you know, because she was like maybe 2, 3, 4, and I would say, I better never see you on a TV show like that, acting crazy like that, as an ever.
Yeah.
And so, but I just find it, you know, the main reality shows, I do watch the Housewives, a
Okay.
couple of those franchises, okay?
Okay.
But I like the reality shows that have to do with love, okay?
Yeah.
I do watch Bachelor and Bachelorette and Married at First Sight. I think I'm a hopeless romantic, okay? And so I'm rooting for the people, but
Yeah.
it is entertainment. But you know what I've been watching here lately?
What's that?
It's called Take My Tumor.
Mm.
It's quite interesting. It's
Wow.
I want to say it's on Max,
Okay.
and one of the surgeons is a brother,
Mm.
and he does wonders for people who've had like tumors forever,
Wow.
and he's able to get rid of them and help them. So, the
I can
reality
kinda see how all this
TV
ties
is
in.
interesting,
Yeah.
but sometimes I just want to laugh.
Liz, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. This has been quite an honor. It's been a hoot. It really is what it's been. And I don't know if I did ask. So we did ask, what is it that you want to do next? And so, and what inspirational thought could you give to inspire someone in just these last few moments? How could you just motivate and show someone the light in these remaining moments?
Well, one thing I wouldn't mind going out on like a speaking circuit to, you know, kind of share my story and help people.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, my motivational, what motivates me is, you know, I want to treat people the way I want them to treat me.
Absolutely.
And treat, you know, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Okay. And I truly believe in what's meant to be will be good, bad, and indifferent. You know, sometimes, you know, you think about why is so-and-so not here anymore?
Oh, yeah.
And then, but there's a reason for all things. And, you know, you have to believe in yourself and believe that there is a God.
Absolutely.
That's just my opinion. Not everybody may believe in God.
Too. That's right.
Whoever you believe in.
Yeah.
Divine intervention. I truly do believe in divine intervention.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just a joy to have. I'll tell you what, this has been great, and we're right on time. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Liz Walker, thank you so much for being here. And as I always say at the end of the program, that's a wrap. Thank you. The Niche Finder with Christopher Dillard. Bye.
I found my niche. To make all my dreams come true. I found my niche. Yeah. Just believe in yourself, and you can find your niche. Keep going, never give up. No, find your niche. Yeah. You can find your niche.
Christopher Dillard Media and the Niche Finder with Christopher Dillard celebrates broadcasting here in the upstate of South Carolina since March of 2024. We're bringing together leaders, we're bringing together ideas and information that brings all walks of life together as people have found their purpose in life, and they are inspiring you through their words to find your purpose in life as well. We are the Niche Finder with Christopher Dillard. The Niche Finder with Christopher Dillard shines the spotlights on individuals, on leaders who have found their purpose in life, and through their words, through their testimony, they help you to find yours also, as they give testimony about how it is they got started and what it is they were called to do, and they're doing it so well. They're doing it with excellence. They want to help you do the same. We interview those leaders, and we're quite proud of it in this endeavor that we believe God has called us to do through this podcast. Since our launch in March of 2024, we are connecting leaders who are bringing about information of how it is they are making a difference in the marketplace. Since our inception, we have interviewed business persons, corporate persons, singers, ministers, and so many others. And guess what? We are just getting started. You can find us on all platforms across all social media, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, even TikTok. You can find Christopher Dillard Media. Look for us, and we'll be looking for you.
You can find your niche.